The following program has been rated M for madness. Check in to Dr. Gangrene's Cemetery, where all movies are mad.
All right, how's everybody doing out there? All right. Hey, welcome to Dr. Gangrene's Sanitarium. I'm your host, Dr. Gangrene, and I am here live at the Cable Access studio, the NECAT studio, because this is our special 25th anniversary show. That's right. As you can hear, we have a live audience. I love it. I love seeing all these faces. You guys look amazing and horrible and awesome. No, thank you so much for coming out. This is going to be a lot of fun. We're going to celebrate 25 years of being on the scare waves here in the Nashville area. We're going to do a cast and crew reunion show. So I'll be bringing up some of the folks that worked on the show, and we're going to talk to them. We've got live music tonight from the Exotic Ones and a whole bunch of other stuff. And we're going to be watching a fun movie. I thought about what should we show for the 25th anniversary, and what seemed most appropriate was the very first movie that I ever hosted. When I started my show, the first episode was on July 1st, 1999, and we had a half-hour show, so we couldn't show full movies. But I talked the Cable Access studio, this studio right here, into letting me show a full movie for Halloween that first year. So October of 1999, I showed White Zombie, the Bela Lugosi movie from 1932. And that's what we're going to watch tonight. So, you know, you can't go wrong with some Bela Lugosi, right? That's right. But before we do that, we got a very important piece of business to take care of, because we want to make sure that everybody stays safe here in the studio. Anything can happen. This is live tonight. You never know what could go on. So I want to keep all of you safe. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to all together recite Dr. Gangrene's Monster Kid Code of Horror. So if everybody would, raise your right hand, form it in the shape of a claw, and repeat after me. I am a monster movie maniac.
I am a monster movie maniac.
I love blood and horror.
I love blood and horror.
I will howl at the full moon.
I will howl at the full moon.
And monsters are my friend.
And monsters are my friends.
I pledge my undying support.
I pledge my undying support
to all horror movies.
To all horror movies.
Halloween events.
Halloween events.
And horror hosts.
And horror hosts.
Especially Dr. Gangrene.
Especially Dr. Gangrene.
I promise to uphold this code.
I promise to uphold this code.
So help me, Boris Karloff.
So help me.
Oh! All right, now we're good. Everybody should be safe, except that one guy over there that didn't recite it. I don't know what to say for him. But other than him, we all should be safe, and we're going to have a good time. So everybody buckle in. We're going to watch White Zombie, and we'll be back with our interviews after this.
It's like a burial.
In the road? Driver, what is it?
It's a funeral, mademoiselle. They're afraid of the men who steal dead bodies. So they dig the grave in the middle of the road, where people pass all of the time.
Well, that's a cheerful introduction for you to our West Indies.
Do you know where is the house of Monsieur Beaumont? Zombie! Allez vite! Allez!
It felt like hands clutching me.
Why did you drive like that, you fool? We might have been killed.
Worse than that, monsieur. We might have been caught.
Caught? By whom? Those men you spoke to?
They are not men, monsieur. They are dead bodies.
Dead?
Yes, monsieur. Zombies. The living dead. Corpses taken from their graves. Or made to work. The sugar mill. The fields at night. Look! Here they come!
Look. Look.
Excuse me, please. Have you got a match? Did I frighten you?
I'm sorry. I'm ugly enough, I suppose.
No, it wasn't you. Something happened back on the road there. We stopped to speak to some men. Our driver told us they weren't men at all. He said they were corpses.
Corpses?
Surely you don't believe it, do you?
No. I don't know. Haiti is full of nonsense and superstition. They're always mixed up with a lot of mysteries that turn your hair gray. I've been a missionary here for, 30 years, and at times, I don't know what to think. Come, let's go in the house.
Oh, yes.
Huh?
Come, Dick.
Is Mr. Beaumont in?
You're expected, Dr. Bruner.
Yes, I've been sent for to marry someone. Maybe. How long is it that you know Mr. Beaumont?
Oh, only a few days. Madeline introduced him on the docks in Port-au-Prince.
And you?
I met him on the ship coming from New York. He was very kind during the voyage.
So Madeline and I planned to be married the moment she arrived. But Mr. Beaumont persuaded us to come here. And he promised to take me out of the bank at Port-au-Prince and send me to New York as his agent.
Strange. Very strange.
I'll tell Mr. Beaumont you're here.
Yeah.
It's all right, isn't it, Doctor?
Oh, I guess so. You see, I've only met Mr. Beaumont once or twice, but he never struck me like a man that would take the trouble to play fairy godfather to a young couple like you. Unless...
Unless what, sir?
I suppose you'll think I'm a meddling old fool, but... You know, I'd feel a good deal better if you'd clear out of this place after you're married and have nothing more to do with Mr. Beaumont.
The young people have arrived, sir, and Dr. Brunner. They're waiting in the reception hall.
Show them to their room and tell them I'm out.
Yes.
No, wait. Perhaps I'd better see them. It might look odd if I didn't.
Very odd, sir. Especially as Dr. Brunner is a trifle skeptical as to your motives, sir.
Never mind my motives. Has that other person sent word yet?
No, sir, not yet, sir.
He's 24 hours late.
I wish you'd keep away from that man, sir. He'll make trouble for you.
You needn't worry about that. I'm not afraid of him.
I'm not easily frightened, sir. You should know that. But what you're planning is dangerous.
Don't you suppose I know that, Silver? You don't seem to realize what this girl means to me. Why, I'd sacrifice anything I have in the world for her. Nothing matters if I can't have her.
Nothing matters if I can't have her. Extra creepy in today's day and age, you know? And this movie was kind of a little bit ahead of its time there, right? I wish you'd stay away from that man. He should heed that advice. All right, you guys enjoying the movie? Yeah. Has anybody out there not seen White Zombie? No? 1, 2, 3. Oh, there we go. There's the hands. All right, so there's some hands. Yeah, made in 1932. So Bela, at this point, was just coming off having made Dracula and Murders in the Rue Morgue. So he was a big star. Of course, he hasn't shown up yet, but he plays an equally cool part in this to Dracula, in my opinion. I absolutely love his role as Murder Legendre. So you'll see him shortly in the next break. But we got our first guest now. This is the man who started all of it with me, Chuck Angel. Big hand for Chuck Angel. So, Chuck, what do you when you think back on Chiller Cinema? What do you think about first and foremost when?
When I think, we had a blast. It was absolutely fabulous. We were comic book artists.
Yep.
And we kind of both quit, and he called me up one day and said, "I'm gonna make TV," and I said, "Sure." And he's a talker, so he does talking, and I just got behind the camera and shut up.
So Chuck had some experience making some short films already that he had done as a kid, and I knew this, and we had shot a few little short things together, not that kind, in the past. And so I already knew he would be, I thought he would be anyways, willing to come on to this endeavor. And so, yes, we did do comic books. We made, 6 or 7 of them and put them out. As a matter of fact, I've got a stack of them back there on the table. They're free. You guys take them. Please take them.
They're older than the show, ain't they?
They are. They're
30
from
years.
starting in '94. So we did the first episode. Do you remember what the first episode was?
Was that the Bell Witch one?
No, that was like
second
number 4.
one?
The first episode was we hosted a little short film. This is the first feature I ever hosted by a friend of mine named Mike Drabicki. And I just wanted to show his little short, and that's the first thing we showed. And it's terrible. It is horrible. I've gone back and looked at it, and it's anyway.
Edited with 2 VCRs.
That's it.
Yep.
That's how we did it.
This was before real video.
That's it. Do we have? We've got some photos. I brought some photos too to show while we're talking here. Back when we first started, here we are on set.
Yeah. Look, he had hair.
And this would have been one of the earliest shoots because the swinging bookcase would have been on the left behind you, and it's not built yet.
Before we built it, yeah.
And that is the high-tech VHS-C camcorder.
That was the second
there.
one. That's the second one. The first one was actually one you said on your shoulder with a VHS. I think the very
full-size
first one,
VHS. Yep. And so, and here, there's the man himself. Who is that kid? Now you've upgraded to a mini DV camcorder by this point, so you're big time now. Yeah. And that's once again there in the set. And this is the first piece of press we got. In 2000, our first interview with the Tennessean, in the Tennessean there. And they ran
I still have a very nice one of them laminated your mother made for me.
My mom did.
I really appreciate it.
She was proud. She's not a horror fan at all, but she was always a huge supporter of me. So she's awesome. Well, Chuck, man, it's been a pleasure. I couldn't have done any of this without you. Do you remember when we...
You couldn't have done it that bad anyway, right?
Do you remember when we did that first, built the first set and in my old shed? So we built the set in a shed, and we took black paper or we took paper and spray painted it black, and then put foam
blocks on it for the bricks,
for the bricks, and spent the whole couple of
like
weeks.
I said, so many great memories. I always think about the explosion. You know, all the things we had to do to make that one explosion happen and stuff.
That's it.
Great. And then thank you for having me here, because it's a pleasure seeing all the people that was on the show and stuff.
Oh, there's a lot of faces out there, people that worked on the show and people that were supporters of the show, and there's some people out there who are strangers too, which is awesome.
Yeah,
so,
even better,
But you're all family now. Well, all right, we're going to get back to it now, back to our white zombie movie here.
Let's do it.
All right, and we'll see you guys in the next break.
I think you like Haiti. Most people that...
Oh, Madeline, I'm delighted to see you. Neil, you're more than welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Doctor, it was very kind of you to come. I know what a busy man you are.
No, not at all. There's a native family live out here that I've been trying to see for a long time. After this young couple are safely married, I'll leave.
But surely you'll stay for dinner after the ceremony.
No, I must run along.
Well, that's a great pity. We had something very special prepared for this occasion. It was very good of you, Madeline, to humor the whim of a lonely man. There was so little time to prepare. I couldn't do half the things I wanted to for you.
You've done more than enough already, Mr. Beaumont, for a comparative, giving Neil a position in the state.
Neil?
Yes, indeed.
Oh, yes, of course. I'm sure Neil will make a very good agent. But you must be tired after your drive. You'll get some rest. Silver. Silver will show you to your rooms.
This way, please.
Delighted to see you again, Monsieur Beaumont. Please. Please. I'm sorry to kept you waiting, monsieur. I have been on a journey, seeking men for my mill. Men? They work faithfully. They are not worried about long hours. You could make good use of men like mine on your plantation.
No. That's not what I want.
Then perhaps you wish to talk about the young lady who came to your house this evening.
You've seen her? When?
On the roast, tonight. There was a young man with her.
They're to be married tonight. You've waited too long to do anything.
What do you want me to do?
If she were to disappear for a month,
What do you hope to gain by her disappearance?
everything.
Everything. Do you think she will forget her lover in a month?
Just give me a month. One little month.
Not in a month. Not even a year. I have looked into her eyes. She is deep in love. But not with you.
They're to be married within an hour. There must be a way.
There is a way. The cost is heavy.
You give me what I want, and you may ask anything. No. Not that.
Only a pinpoint, Monsieur Beaumont, in a glass of wine, or perhaps a flower. Take it. The time is very brief. You must do your share if I am to help you. Keep it, monsieur. Keep it. You may change your mind. Send me word when you use it.
I'll find another way.
There is no other way.
I'll tell you, creepy old Lugosi there, yep. There is no other way. Nothing like a good date rape drug, I tell you. 1932, yeah. Well, we got our next interviewee on that cheery note. This is Brandon Lunday, who played Oogsley on my show for many years.
Oh, man.
Brandon, do you remember when you first came on to join us?
I do.
Yeah?
I do. I come to hang out with you guys. I mean, we work together. I just wanted to hang out.
We had beer, right?
Okay. He broke the fourth wall there. We do work together in our day job, so we've done that for longer than this show's been going on.
Yeah, but he started that, and it was amazing, and I wanted just to come hang out and watch. It was so much fun.
So he played my hunchback assistant, Oogsley. When I first started my show, I played both roles because I thought it would be funny, you know, knowing that the audience clearly would be in on the joke that this skinny guy's playing both parts. And realized pretty quickly along the way that it would be great to have somebody to interact with. So Brandon was coming around. Anyway, first he got pulled. Okay, here's the deal. If you're around my set, especially back then when I'm shooting, you're going to be on screen at some point, okay? You're going to get pulled in to play some part. There's a lot of people out in this audience. I see several faces that have played parts. I'm looking at you, Rod. And so...
Right.
First, you did a couple of small roles, and then eventually I was like, hey, why don't you try Oogsley?
Right. And then we would, you know.
You was the postman?
I'd be cold,
Yeah,
Icky, the future
postman.
Yeah, several characters.
I'd be a cold breath for fog effect. And
it was, okay, so I told you we shoot in a shed behind my house. Obviously, no heating and light, no heat or cooling. So in the wintertime, we wanted some fog effects. So, yeah, Brandon was in front of the camera going,
we were actually too.
It works.
It works.
When it's 35 degrees outside.
35, yes.
I have to say one story about when it was so cold outside, you could see your breath and everything, and I tell Brandon, I said, I want you to put your hand under this cold water and bring it up where it looks like a hand's coming out of the slime and stuff. And it was so cold. It was so cold.
Pain in my
but he
arm.
did it.
Pain in my arm. And
Dr. Gangrene created dinosaur eggnog from an egg that he found, and it comes to life. So, yeah.
Right, that was cold.
Anything for the team, right?
Anything for the show.
So, do you have a favorite memory from shooting the show?
Oh, favorite memory. Well, that was that was it. And yeah, making the one where you guys, I mean, just the process of setting up for an explosion. Even when I was first there, and then all this stuff dropped down on me, and
what was it, Chemical Z?
Chemical Z, right?
Yeah,
the plant.
yeah.
It just was amazing. It was what you guys would put together. Well, no, favorite, was getting together and hanging out beforehand and watching you guys bounce ideas off of each other and.
Right, because we didn't have scripts back then. Well, we're going to shoot tonight, and then we'd make it. I mean, we'd have a loose idea, but yeah.
One night we was there, and Larry said, I was driving home from work and seen this on the side of the road, so I pulled over and got it. That would make a great thing.
A lot of that. Well, yeah, and Lloyd Kaufman, that was my favorite.
Lloyd Kaufman. So it's funny you mentioned that. We're going to look at a clip now of Brandon so you guys can see him in action. Well, we're going to see this first clip is from the Lloyd Kaufman episode. So I was interviewing Lloyd, and as you know, if you're a Lloyd Kaufman fan, you know an interview with Lloyd never goes the way you think it's going to. So he starts acting up and acting like he's having a heart attack. So we totally leaned into that, and we decided to bring Lloyd back to the lab so we could bring him back to life and finish our interview. So that's what you're going to see, and then another clip that you said is your favorite clip. So
totally,
we're going to watch those now.
Crust toothpaste.
Followed Squeeze Play, Waitress, Stuck on You, the first turn on, which was Vincent D'Onofrio's first movie. And I wish the Toxic Avenger were here. It's just too bad.
Well, I don't know. The Toxic Avenger. That's what Lloyd. Listen, I wanted to talk to you about this. You know what? The Toxic Avenger was the first movie I ever saw of Trump, but I got a real problem. You're showing Toxic Avenger 4 in the theater tonight. That's not wholesome entertainment. That is not family entertainment. I'll tell you what, you need to get... No, I take it all back. It is wholesome entertainment. You guys need to see Toxic Avenger 4, Citizen Toxie. It's a great movie. Promise. Toxic Avenger is here. Toxie.
Help me! Dr. Gangrene, help me!
Hang on.
This is terrible. This is horrible. Lloyd Kaufman has had a massive heart attack. What will I tell all the fans of Trauma if I am responsible for killing Lloyd Kaufman during my interview? I mean, I've had some dead interviews in my time, but I've never had an interviewee who actually died in the process. I tell you what, we'll take him back to the lab. We will rebuild him. We'll make him faster, better, stronger, a better director. Nobody will probably recognize him. Oogly, help me out. We'll grab the body and take it back to the lab.
Yes, master.
Okay, all right, viewers, we have Lloyd Kaufman back here in the lab now, and we are going to bring him back to life to finish our interview.
Doc, should I perform mouth-to-mouth resuscitation?
Are you crazy? Not with that set of choppers, you're not. Actually, we want this man to like us when he comes back to life.
Oh.
Forget it, pal. That's out of the question. Give me my tools, Oogsley. We've got work to do.
Hello, Chiller Cinema Maniacs. Tonight's episode is brought to you by cavity-creating crust toothpaste with cavity-enhancing qualities. With plaque, its irregular flavor paste will have you coming back for more. It tastes like Brussels sprouts to me. It's also enhanced by the Awful ADA, the Awful Dentist Association. Oh, it'll keep you coming back for more. Trust me, old Oogsley, you'll have a great smile just like me. Crust toothpaste. Oh, I love it. Oh, crust.
Oh, man.
Good time.
Those were such good times.
Yeah.
Very good times, yes.
Well, as like I was saying with him, I appreciate everything that both of you, of course, did. But you did a great job as Oogsley for all those years, and we're there for all the Chiller Cinema. So
It made it so much fun. It was just so much fun.
Good times. Well, all right. Well, you a fan of White Zombie?
I love it. I was like, I don't want to drink anything if he has offers back there.
I did bring drinks for all of you.
Kind of avoiding that now.
All right.
I saw that.
We'll get back to this now on that note. And White Zombie. I'll see you guys in the next break.
Oh, man. That was fun.
They are driving away evil spirits. Close it. Close it. Mademoiselle.
More than anything else in this whole world, dear. Heaven or hell lies a mystical going for me. You can raise me up to paradise, or you can blast my world into nothingness. There's time even yet, dear. I can make you the envy of every woman. I'd give my life to make you happy. Oh, listen to me, dear, before it's too late.
Don't. Please.
Don't go into that room. We can be in Port-au-Prince in half an hour. There's a boat sailing at midnight.
You've been so wonderful. Don't spoil everything. Now.
One last gift before I lose you forever.
Beloved, we are gathered together here in the sight of God and in the face of this company to join together this man, this woman in holy matrimony. Stay. Night of night.
A toast to the bride, to beauty's queen. Gladly, my lord.
Leave but a kiss within the glass. Fair gypsy, lead my fortune.
What do you see in the glass?
I see happiness. I see love. Far more than you deserve.
Is that all?
No, I see.
What is it?
I see death.
Madam. Madeline, what's wrong? Madeline, my dear, please.
Oh, no.
Madeline! Madeline! Can't we do something? She's... Madeline! My wife.
Hey, y'all caught us sneaking back up. Come on, together.
Who, me?
Yeah, you. I had to drag my guests out of the audience. She's enjoying White Zombie so much.
I am.
She became a zombie. So here's our next guest, Linda Wiley, everybody. Now, Linda was Nurse Monique.
Monique.
That's
yes.
right. Came on at the tail end of Chiller Cinema, and then was there for our Creature Feature years. So Chiller Cinema was on from '99 to about '04, and then in '04 we started a show over on the WB called Creature Feature, and that was great because they gave us movies to show, and it was a great time.
It was. It was.
So what are your memories of shooting every day?
Oh my God, the shed. Our studio. Fond memories out there, and I guess one of my favorite episodes is The Brain That Wouldn't Die.
Yeah.
That was so much fun. A lot of special effects, makeup, and just great.
Was awesome.
Oh my gosh. And what I loved about working with Larry is we improvised. We didn't have a script. We just fed off of each other, and it was just so much fun.
Yeah.
It was.
We did a lot of work, and of course, did a lot of public domain movies, but we did a lot of the other kind of movies where you got to play some fun stuff, like Phoenix the Warrior, where you came out in your Phoenix outfit.
Yes, my feathers.
Yes. And do you have any other favorite episodes that you can think of?
Oh, man.
Do you remember the Aerobicide episode?
Oh, I try not to.
Where you're wearing spandex and you're working out?
I think the favorite thing I did going back to Phoenix Warriors when I had the rifle and it went off and we had, again, the ceiling falling down on us and stuff.
We like to do
we love doing that stuff.
We like to do explosions and stuff falling, and we like to do body parts getting hacked off. And that's what you're going to see here in this next clip, because you mentioned The Brain That Wouldn't Die, and that is the clip that I pulled for us to watch for Linda. So we'll look at that for a second, and we'll come back and chat more in just a minute. This is from when we showed The Brain That Wouldn't Die on the WB. Well, we'll go ahead and get this body prepped and ready here so we can cut off the head and see if we can revive it like in tonight's movie. All right, nurse, go ahead and cut off the head.
Okay, Doc.
Monique! Once I inject Nurse Monique with it, we should see immediate results.
Oh! Hey! What happened?
Monique, you cut your own head off.
I did! What did I do that for?
I don't know, Monique. What do you do anything for?
I feel really weird.
Well, it's probably just a side effect of the formula. Once I have a chance to attach your head back to your body, you'll be fine.
Okay, Doc. Well, take your time. I'll just hang out here. I ain't got nobody. Oh, and nobody cares for me. Nobody.
Welcome back. Tonight's movie is The Brain That Wouldn't Die. Well, Monique, looks like your head's attached onto your body good as new.
That's great, Doc.
Time for the grand unveiling.
Okay. Dr. Gangrene, what is it? Why are you looking at me like that for?
Well, Monique, let's just say you'll be able to experience life from a whole new perspective now. You got things straightened out.
We got it straightened out finally, yes.
That was some great effects. Ethan Allen.
Yes, yes.
I'm sorry, Ethan Black. Ethan Black did
Yes.
that, and he will be coming up and talking to us here in a little while. Sorry, Ethan. But yeah, that was great, and of course you've done live the stage stuff. You're a stage performer. Brandon's been doing a lot of that lately too.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good.
So what's your next thing you got coming up?
Footloose. We've got Footloose coming up at the Key. So I'm
Theater.
one of the old guys in it.
Playing Kevin Bacon.
I know.
I wanted to be Kevin Bacon, but no.
Look like it.
Well, just be sure and put a little Oogsley move in there
Oh,
when
yeah.
you're cutting loose there.
I've done it here when we had live shows. Oh yeah.
There you go.
Dancing.
Well, Linda, again, thank you for everything.
Oh, thank
You were
you.
great, and it was good times. We were, like I said, on the air, given a time slot and given movies to host. The dream that I know I certainly wanted from day one, which was to host horror movies on TV. So.
Well, thank you for everything you've given us too.
Well, it's been a blast, and working with all of you. So, we'll get back to the movie now, and stick around. We're going to chat more with Mr. Ethan Black here in just a little bit. Oh, got one more thing. I meant at the top of the show, the one thing I meant to do was to dedicate tonight's show to one of our cast members, Paul Browning, who is no longer with us. Paul died last year of cancer. When we started the Creature Feature show, Paul was my other lab assistant. I had 2 assistants on that show. He was Lump, the new Hunchback lab assistant. And I had lunch with Paul last summer, and I told him we were going to do this show, and I told him we already had this date booked. And he said, I hope I'm around to see it, to be there. And unfortunately, he didn't make it. But he's going to be here on the screen because I pulled a clip from him. You're in this one too. And this is another Creature Feature. I'll give you a quick setup for this one. We were filming this live at the Nashville Horror and Comic and Horror Festival. And the gag was that Nurse Monique and Lump were looking for a birthday present for Dr. Gangrene. Take it from there.
How about this box?
What?
It's not tall enough. Let's see what else they've got.
You gonna go down there?
Oh, I think you would like some bookends. For the bookcase.
Oh, maybe. Oh, what about this?
Oh, no, he's got plenty of rusty knives. No. Keep looking.
Oh, no, there's a lot of fun with these. Whoa! Oh, yeah. Hey, we're going to be able to... Whoa! Oh, yeah.
No, what are we going to do here, you two?
Oh, I didn't do it.
What is going on over here? Monique, what is that? What have you got?
Oh, well, it was
You guys remembered my birthday. You got me a present. Thank you. This is perfect. Michael Berryman's head. Just what I needed. This will be great. Here's a good one. I met Paul. He just introduced himself. He just wrote and said, hey, I'm a fan of the show, and I'd like to help you start working on the show. So you were introduced to me through Jack Daves, the founding member of the Exotic Ones.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, that's great.
So, and Chuck and I met at a comic book seminar on comic book art. So there you go. All right, more info than you guys needed. So.
Good times.
old reminiscing, old fun times. All right, we'll get back to the movie now, and we'll be back more here in a little bit, and we'll talk to Ethan.
All right.
Neil.
Zombies? Yes. They are my servants. Did you think we could do it alone? In their lifetime, they were my enemies. Ago, the witch doctor. Once my master. Secrets I tortured out of him. Bangerda, the swine, swollen with riches. He fought against my spells until the last. Him, yes, I have troubled times. His Excellency Richard, once Minister of the Interior. Garcia, brigand chief. Marquis, captain of gendarmerie. And this is Chauvin, the high executioner, who almost executed me. I took them, just as we will take this one. But what if they regain their souls? They would tear me to pieces. And that, my friend, shall never be. Madeline. Madeline!
There's two explanations that strike me. Either the body was stolen by members of a death cult that use human bones in their ceremonies, or else...
Or else what?
She's not dead.
Not dead? Are you mad? I saw her die. The doctor signed a certificate. I saw them bury her.
Now, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm not mad. But I've lived in these islands for a good many years. And I've seen things with my eyes. that made me think I was crazy. There's superstitions in Haiti that the natives brought here from Africa. Some of them can be traced back as far as ancient Egypt.
Can't the authorities help?
Authorities? Neil, my boy. You don't know these islands. The native authorities are afraid to meddle. I'm not. I got friends among the natives. They'll tell me things that no gendarme could ever get out of. Because I'm a preacher, they think I'm a magician.
Before we get through with this thing, we may uncover sins that even the devil would be ashamed of. Oh, these witch doctors.
Oh, these witch doctors. Yeah. Gotta watch out for these witch doctors. There's one right here. So I told you we were going to talk to Ethan next, but he's going to have to wait. We're going to talk to the exotic ones now. Guys, our band for the night, the exotic ones. You guys were the perfect band to play because back when I did Chiller Cinema, our original theme song was one that I just sort of picked out on the keyboard. Wasn't very good. And then we got Chuck's friend, Ace, Aaron Boland, to do one for us. But then I wanted to take it up a notch, and I came to you guys. I came to actually talk to Jack Daves, who I mentioned earlier, and I said, Jack, I want you to help me come up with a new theme song. And he said, well, let me talk to some guys. And so let's talk about that.
Yeah, because Jack and I had wanted to do a horror rock band for years. And we knew we were going to call it the Exotic Ones because it was a Nashville movie-based, a Nashville filmmaking family, the Ormans, in the late 60s made a movie called The Exotic Ones, which had a personal tie to my family because my mom's older brother has a supporting role in the film.
Okay, wait. Slow down. There's a movie called The Exotic Ones, made by the Ormans, and you've got a family member that's in that film.
Yes, it is. My Uncle
there
Ronnie
you go.
was in that movie.
All
and
right.
this film was a legend in my family because it was you couldn't see it for years, but they would act out whole scenes from the film to me because they never forgot seeing that movie.
Because there's a great scene with Sleepy LaBeef,
who plays the monster.
the rockabilly, later would become a rockabilly musician, who plays like a caveman kind of.
Mm-hmm.
And what does he do?
He pulls off a man's arm and beats him to death with it.
Yes.
Talented monster.
And that's just the kind of quality entertainment that you decided to name yourself after.
We knew the band was going to be called the Exotic Ones, and then Jack and I and this man right here, Rob Campbell, took a side trip into Celtic music, which we're still doing today. But even while we're doing the Celtic band, the Secret Commonwealth, who've also played your show before.
That's right.
We knew someday we were going to be Exotic Ones, but when Larry came to Jack to write a theme song for his show, and Jack wrote the song, and so Jack and Rob and I, we knew John Hudson here, and John knew Brian Hickman and brought him in to play the drums. And then my younger brother Jeremy, who's here tonight, was our original keyboardist. And we put together the Exotic Ones, and we recorded your
was Jennifer Halliner on that?
No, she was on our first album, but not on that particular song. But you're right, she did play fiddle on our album. But yes, and Jennifer Halliner from the Secret Commonwealth, was on that album. So really, you can either thank Dr. Gangrene or blame him for the fact that the Exotic Ones even exist, because getting together to record his theme song is the reason we finally got together to do something. And this is your 25th anniversary, but this year is the Exotic Ones' 20th anniversary.
How about that?
Yeah.
Yep. And for that theme song, in my mind, I always wanted to, as I've done with my show throughout the entire career, pay tribute to Sir Cecil Creep, who was Nashville's 1970s horror host. I wear him on my jacket here. And so I made an intro for your song that I wrote to be kind of reminiscent of the intro of Creature Feature. And I said, I want your dad to do the voice.
That's right, because my dad has the most amazing voice. My dad is here tonight.
He's here tonight, too,
That's right, yeah.
Gerald Gwynn. I said, let's bring Gerald in, and he knocked it out in one take, because he's amazing.
He was the professional as opposed to us.
The song's called The Doctor Is In, and we're going to hear, you guys are going to play it, right?
Yes, we are.
All right, let's do it.
Shackle Island doesn't appear on any maps or navigational charts. People claim it is a myth, a place mentioned in whispers to frighten children. Years ago, a medical madman was driven from civilization because of his love of monsters and horror. He set up an underground laboratory and broadcast station on Shackle Island. His name is Dr. Gangrene, and he calls this ongoing and mad experiment Chiller Cinema.
The doctor will see you now.
Great job, man. Great job. As always, I appreciate all of what you guys have done over all the years. Playing, you've come in here. This isn't the first time you've been in the Access Station. Both bands. So appreciate you, man.
And we played your first Horror Hootenanny, and we played your several of the Wonderfest shows with you.
That's right.
I want to show everybody. We had this, and you did this awesome painting for our special CD we put out the first Wonderfest of Jack, the great late Jack Hunter Day Jr. making a little put together a model there that was drawn by
we did.
Dr. Gangrene there. So,
Good stuff. Good time. So thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Well, I'm going to go out here and talk to the audience because we have got an amazing audience here tonight. So I can't talk to all of you, but I'm going to go around and talk to a few of you because this is awesome, and you guys deserve some spotlight. Now, one thing I have to mention is that there is a certain person here tonight that I have heard has a birthday. And I brought a little present for her. There you go, a little gift back. Tell me your name.
Sophie.
Sophie. Well, I want to ask how old you are. That's very rude. How are you at 13? Okay, are you enjoying the show?
Yeah.
Yeah, good deal. You obviously like Dr. Gangrene. Yeah, I love the shirts. The whole family, all three of you came.
That's right.
Amazing, awesome. Thank you so much for coming out. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
They win the theme costume for the night, but the sharpest dressed, not person, but the sharpest dressed being in the room is right here. Look at this. Look at this little Dr. Gangrene dog. You're the cutest.
Sorry.
That's okay. Tell me the dog's name.
Chimichanga. We call him Chimmy.
Chimmy. Thank you for that, Jimmy. Look, he even got the Sir Cecil Creep patch on his lab coat there. Amazing. All right. And this is Vinny. And this is? You go. So Vinny is a favorite of ours here. He comes to all the live shows. He's amazing.
I know it.
Yeah. So, which shirt do you want?
I'll take that green one.
You want the green one? All right. Well, here, you take that one. There you go. Y'all can come rocking that next time. All right. Who else we got here? Here's a filmmaker here. Greg, how you doing, buddy?
Good, and you?
You good? You enjoying the show?
So far?
Yep. And where is George Dimmick right here? George Dimmick, filmmaker extraordinaire. Yep.
Been with you 19 years, right?
That's right. I've been in several of his fine features and shot him shooting, done episodes of him shooting some others.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's been, we started with Demon Sight, and then The Shelter, you came out and did a whole bunch of footage on there. And,
yeah.
And now we got more movies coming out.
There you go.
We've got a premiere coming up with All of It Ends with you in it.
Awesome. See, you got to have Dr. Gangrene in it. Absolutely. That's all there is to it. All right. So who else? Who else are we going to spotlight here? Where is Glenn Weiss? Where'd you go, Glenn? Are you in here? Okay. Glenn Weiss was here earlier, and I was going to talk about his latest feature. There's Rod Barnett back there, who's been in a bunch of my stuff on screen. Again, if you're in the lab when we're shooting, you're going to be on screen. So he's done several. Well, again, it's amazing to see all of you here. Thanks so much for coming out. I hope you're all enjoying this. We're going to get back to, there's Jimmy. We'll get Jimmy on. Jimmy, tell me about your new band.
We're Nightmare Beach. We're Nashville's leading fart punk band.
There you go.
Don't ask me what that means. You just have to show up and find out.
That's it, fart punk. And do not challenge them to a fight because you will regret it. All right, well, we're going to get back to the movie now. And then we're going to talk to Ethan.
Madeline. Foolish things. They can't bring back the light to those eyes. I was mad to do this. But if you'd have smiled on me, I'd have done anything for you, given you anything. I thought that beauty alone would satisfy. But the soul is gone. I can't bear those empty, staring eyes. Oh, forgive me, Madeline, forgive me. I can't bear
endure it any longer. I must take you back.
Back to the grave, monsieur?
No. You must put the light back into her eyes and bring laughter to her lips. She must be gay and happy again.
You paint a charming picture, monsieur. One that I should like to see myself.
You must bring her back.
Aren't you a trifle afraid, monsieur? How do you suppose those eyes will regard you when the brain is able to understand?
Better to see hatred in them than that dreadful emptiness.
Perhaps you're right. It would be a pity to destroy such a lovely flower. Let's drink to the future of this flower. A glass of wine?
Silver, bring wine. We have a toast to drink.
To the future, monsieur. Only a pinpoint, monsieur, in a flower, or perhaps a glass of wine.
What are you trying to do to me?
I have other plans for mademoiselle. I'm afraid you might not agree. I have taken a fancy to you, monsieur.
Silver! Silver!
To the future, monsieur.
Vulture. You.
No, not that. Not that.
Not that. Not that. All right. The great Ethan Black, everybody. That's right. Ethan, do you like White Zombie?
I love White Zombie.
Yeah.
I love that we have the European castles in Haiti.
Yeah, in Haiti. That's right. There's a lot of those there. Yeah. So, Ethan, do you remember how you came to be on the show?
I was watching the show, and I really wanted to help creatively because I love doing set design, makeup, lighting, all that stuff, special effects.
Mm-hmm. You wrote me a letter, actually, and said, hey, I'm a fan of your show, and I'd like to help out. And
yeah. We met at a comic book convention. I forget which one.
Yeah.
There were so many back then.
Used to happen a lot, doesn't it?
I remember that. He was a kid. I remember that.
And so you came out and you helped me design the new set, which the one that Chuck and I had built, we decided to upgrade. So you came out and helped me build new castle walls and spent some weekends out there doing that.
Yeah. Got all that styrofoam from my hardware store job at the time, and because of our extensive budget.
Right. Non-existent budget, as you can tell from the clips.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I love building.
It was good,
stuff
and
like
you brought some makeup skills. Chuck's a great makeup artist too.
Yeah.
Both of you guys, between the two of you, we had some great effects on the show for working with nothing. That clip with Linda and the head on backwards, that was your makeup job there. So, good stuff.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Long nights.
Long nights. So we would start shooting these episodes about what, 11 o'clock at night on a good night?
Wait for your kids to go to bed, and then we start shooting.
That's right. My kids, as a matter of fact, I have two of them here. We have two of them out in the audience tonight. So two of my boys are here. I should have gone and grabbed them and made them get on camera. So anyway.
They're on the show too, yeah.
Yeah, they've been on the show. They have. Absolutely. Well, I have a clip of yours. Again, if you're around, I'm going to pull you on the screen. So you, in this clip, this was from the Creature feature days. And in this clip is for the movie Sometimes They Come Back, which is a Stephen King movie based on a Stephen King. It's like a sequel to something based on a Stephen King book.
I remember exactly what you're going to show me. So
in the script, Monique's old boyfriend Johnny has come back. He's a zombie. He's come back to the lab and is taking all of Monique's time. And Dr. Gangrene is very perturbed because he's got work and he needs Monique's help. So he devises a way to get rid of Johnny. So that's what you're going to see in this clip here.
Monique, great. So you're ready to get to work now, right?
Oh, yes, Doctor, but first I have to help Johnny floss his teeth. He's got a bit of rib cartilage stuck in his molars. And then we've got to do his nails. You know how difficult it is to get dirt out from under nails. And then there's his clothes. He's got a horrible grass stain on him. But I'll help you, Doctor, after I'm finished with Johnny.
Yeah, right. Hello? Vampira. Yes. Great to hear from you, Vampira. So, you're coming in for the checkup tomorrow still, right? What's that? You say you've got to leave first thing in the morning? Oh, that's too bad. I was looking forward to seeing you again. So where are you? Just on the other side of the island, eh? Over by the old cemetery. I see. Well, it's going to be a shame not to see you and all, but I guess we'll catch you next time you're in town, and yeah, come in for a checkup. We'll take care of you. That's right. Have a nice flight back. Tell Drac I said howdy. Okay, goodbye. Well, how do you like that? Another cancellation. Well, Monique, I guess we won't be as busy tomorrow as we thought.
Well,
By the way, Monique, where'd your friend go?
oh no, not again! That's how I lost him last time to that hussy vampira. I never want to see Johnny's face again as long as I live, or as long as he's dead.
Oh, well, what can I say? I guess that's the way the zombie crumbles.
And that was actually my second zombie roll.
Second zombie roll, yeah.
The first one, I was taste testing your mint flavored brains.
Okay, yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, I believe we had a light under them, so they glowed.
Yeah, that looks cool.
Yeah. Jello brains. Anytime we can break out Jello brains, that's another standard. So yeah, did that a lot. Oh, and I meant to mention another assistant who we had on the show for that clip with the exotic ones, the nurse that came out and said, "Doctor, we'll see you now." That was my first nurse assistant, Nurse Deadbody, who could not be here tonight. But she was on the show real briefly before Nurse Monique. So
got her out of there.
That was that was right when I started. She was still tentatively doing the role.
Yeah.
I don't think she actually did it after I started, but she was
I don't know
the
that she
nurse
really
still.
liked it.
Yeah.
It was my wife at the time, and she was not really into it. So these guys came along. So yeah. This has been great, guys.
Man.
So much fun. Again, thank you for everything.
Thank you.
Hope all of you have enjoyed this little trip down memory lane. We're going to finish up the movie here, and then I'll see you guys back after the conclusion of White Zombie.
Have an old witch doctor around here pretty soon. His name is Pierre. I've known him for years. He's a great old fella. I don't know just where we'll find him.
Come, son. There are evil spirits in the road. I will give you an awanga. And here is one for the young man, he's sick with fever.
Yes, hey, wait a minute. We can't afford to have you sick. Neil, why don't you go over there? We got a hard day before us tomorrow. Now then, Pierre, come on. He's gone. You can talk.
It is a dangerous thing you asked me to do.
Oh, well, now listen here. We're old friends, you and me, and I want to go on.
Turn back before it is too late.
No. I've come too far to turn back now.
I'm too old to go all the way with you.
Well, listen. Can't you get somebody to go with us?
My people are afraid of the mountain.
Why?
Because it is called the land of the living dead.
Well, have you ever been there?
I am the only man that ever came from there alive. There is an evil spirit man that is called murder. Come, I will tell you all about what it is.
vultures. Just as old Pierre said, a cloud of vultures always hovers over the house of the living dead.
Madeline. Is she there?
No.
Oh, I must go and see.
No. Kneel, my boy. Please, lie down and rest. Please. You'll feel stronger in the morning. You rest. Let me go up and see what I can do.
Why is she so restless tonight? Perhaps she remembers something. They never remember anything when they are like that. No? Because he's cut off.
Madeline. Madeline.
No. I can't. You must. It's your turn. Let's run away. He might hear you. No, I can't stand it. I'm going to run away. He'll find you and make you like her.
Can you still hear me? It is unfortunate you are no longer able to speak. I should be interested to hear you describe your symptoms. see, you are the first man to know what is happening. None of the others did. You refused to shake hands once. I remember. Well, well. We understand each other better now.
All right, that's my favorite scene in this movie where the guy's turning into the zombie and Legendre is just absolutely loving the fact that the guy's aware of what's happening. It's just so creepy and cool, and again, ahead of its time. Pretty cool. It reminds me of the Return of the Living Dead, where the dead is alive and strapped on the table with the zombie, and they're asking it what it's like to be dead. So anyway, pretty cool. I've said we'll get to the conclusion of White Zombie, but there's one more interview segment because we have a very important person here, Mr. Cameron McCaslin. How you doing, Cameron?
I'm good. It's good to be here tonight. I really enjoyed it. It's funny because just walking around the building tonight, and I keep seeing all these Dr. Gangrene T-shirts from over the years. There's multiple people turned out tonight with different variants of it.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's I know whoever's got the blue shirt on. The original, with all the monsters on it. Where is it?
One.
Stand up and show the shirt off to.
It's Susan Bobo, who's awesome.
This is the original shirt, and Larry gave me one of these T-shirts at a comic book convention that I think I met Ethan at, that one you were talking about, which has got to be 20 years ago at this point. And I have all these great pictures of one of my nieces growing up who used to wear that T-shirt all the time. She's wearing it on Christmas morning. It's our Christmas photos have Dr. Gangrene in them.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, good stuff. So you came on the show during the Creature Feature years.
Kind of. It was one of those things where, I kind of the same way I watched the show. I was just home. It used to be on, I don't know, it was midnight or 1 in the morning. And I started catching the show on the regular, and I was like, this is the funniest show that's on television. And, I made a point to watch it. And then after, I don't know, a month and a half of seeing it, they put a thing up that said, hey, we're going to be at Death Valley Haunted Woods in person shooting a live show. And I went out the night that they were going to be there just because, I wanted to meet them. And I actually touched base with Chuck out there. And then afterwards, me and Chuck started making a movie together pretty quickly after that. And then, took a summer and a day. And then whenever, it had a kind of weird moment in life, I moved to Tulsa for almost a year. And then when I came back, Larry called me and said, hey, he's I'm thinking about making, this new thing. He's like, you want to come out and kind of hang out? And then it kind of went from there. So,
yeah. We had been shooting Creature Feature for a few years at that point.
Yeah.
You came on board, and you really brought a lot of fresh ideas and the whole fresh perspective to some great new ideas to what we were doing, and it was really good.
I think it was super simple for me at the time because it's the show was already funny. Everything that you guys have watched on all these clips, that happened before I ever got here. It's I tell people, this is 25 years. I've been on it for 17 at this point. So that first 8 years, it's some of my favorite stuff still. I think it's funny. It's watching everything that, everyone did here. I used to just crack up watching Brandon and watching Linda, come together and just all the jokes that were in there. And then when I got there, it was just kind of fun to get to play with all those toys a little bit. Be like, oh, let's try this and let's do that. And then try some things moving it from the TV format to hey, let's do some more short form content. Let's put it on the internet. Let's see what happens if we go looking for different spaces. And I think it has worked out pretty well for us.
Yeah. I brought some photos of you also. Let's see what we got here. There's one from the. Who is that kid?
Oh my gosh! Two of them, young and skinny there.
Yeah. Back on the sets there. Here we are shooting one of the PSAs, which was an idea that you came up with for shooting these PSAs using classic monsters to address some environmentally conscious ideas like littering and that kind of thing.
I think we're on the Bicentennial Mall here. I think that's where we're at.
Yep, that's you behind the camera. Yep. And then there we are on the set of the Sanitarium here, the first season we shot just 4 episodes that ran on the WB before I moved it over here.
And that was the 20th anniversary we did that for, because Mike Hook, who was our longtime executive producer at the CW, like we had kind of, it's funny because we did Dr. Gangrene Presents over there after that was like the new show that me and you did. There was a half-hour show, and then like, I don't know how many years between there were, but they called us and said, hey, we want to do something new. So we went back and we shot 4 episodes, and I was like, that'd be fun to come back and make a new show. And then after that was over, Larry was like, I think I want to keep doing the show. And I was like, that sounds like fun, but maybe I'll do the live shows when you come to NECAT and you do the rest of them by yourself at home. And he has done that ever since then. Like Sanitarium, if you're, I hate to say it's alone because there's definitely a lot of hands that touch it, here or there with, Luke is making props for it. And there's, J.D. Hart, of course, came out and did the voices and some of the episodes early with us. But it is a whole lot of Larry writing that stuff, putting that stuff together, really shooting it all in-house, and he just sends it to us. We watch it, go, yeah, this is great. And other than that, 3 or 4 times a year we come together in this space and we make something together. But it's all this guy at this point. Give him applause for
We're having fun. When we mentioned the PSAs, we're going to look at one of those now. These have been really good for us. So this is, I think, both your and my favorite one.
We all love our furry friends, but did you know that pet waste can contaminate the ground and water where we live and exercise? Always clean up after your pet using a biodegradable bag and place it in the nearest trash receptacle. Good boy. Remember, it's not what you don't do, it's what you do. Go green with Dr. Gangrene.
This guy, he wrote that just so we can say doo-doo on the air.
Yeah, I basically stole that from Mel Brooks, though, so it's...
and hey, still from the best.
Yeah.
And it's got us an Emmy nomination and a Rondo Award and, a proclamation from the city of Nashville. So,
yeah, we had a lot of fun making those, and I don't know, it's funny how long those have, lasted, too. Like, they're still, they're still getting played, so it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, good stuff. Well, again, thank you so much.
Yeah.
It's been awesome. We've made a great team. All of you guys, it's been fun. This has been great. That's what the name of the game's been the whole time. Having fun.
I love it.
Having fun. All right, so now we will get to the conclusion of White Zombie, and then we'll come back and we'll hear some more music from the exotic ones after. So, White Zombie, be right back.
Madeline, I found you. You're alive. Alive. What's the matter? It's I, Neil. Oh, my darling. What have they done to you? Who are you? And what are they?
For you, my friend, they are the angels of death. Madeline, don't you know me, dear? It's Neil.
I could swear. For a moment, she recognized you.
Come on, don't let him get away. Madeline, my darling.
I dreamed.
Excuse me, please. Have you got a match?
So that was White Zombie. Definitely do not make them like that anymore. Good stuff. Good stuff. Kind of sad though when Myrtle Genre gets thrown off the cliff. It makes me tear up every time. It's the only part I'm not too sure about. No, thank you all for coming out tonight. amazing crowd. I think we had like 70 people out in the audience tonight, so awesome. Thank you so much. I want to thank the NECAT staff because they did a great job tonight, and I threw a lot at them. There was a lot of clips to roll through. Top notch. Good stuff. Well, we're going to wrap this up with another song from the Exotic Ones, and for those of you here, they're going to play a short set afterwards, so they're going to stick around for about 30 minutes or so and play some music for us, and you guys feel free to hang out, have fun, grab some drinks back there. Come up, and we're going to do some group photos up here, so come up and we'll all gather together and do that while they're playing also. Feel free to come up and do the Oogsley Shuffle if you want to. Hey, what are we going to play?
Well, earlier we played your theme song, now we're going to play our own theme song. It's called The Exotic Ones.
Oh, a name for that great movie, right?
Yes, indeed.
All right.
And
Well,
even something in it about ripping off arms and beating people to death.
Summarize the plot.
All right. Well, you guys take it away, and thank you so much. Stay mad, everybody.
Watch it now. They're gonna twitch and touch it. They're gonna twitch it 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 and touch it. Let's go! They're gonna twitch it and touch it, and they're gonna let you watch it till you go. The exotic ones, the exotic ones, the exotic ones, the exotic ones. The exotic ones, 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 the exotic ones. One more time, the exotic ones, the exotic ones, the exotic ones, the exotic ones, all night long. The exotic ones, the exotic ones, the exotic ones.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it, everybody. And thank you, Dr. Gangrene.
Woo!